Welcome back to another amazing episode of Rounds of the Knight's Table. I'm Jim.
I'm Eric.
New house, who dis? Picked up a new subscriber this week, Adrian Lopez, Coed family. Love the Coed people. Brilliant people, best people. Comic book extraordinaire and a master of cuisine.
Ooh.
Much love. Welcome to the family. We went and saw Avengers Endgame. If you haven't seen this, go see it, come back, watch. Spoilers, as always. Let's get into it. If you don't know what Avengers is about, I don't know what planet you live on. This takes place right after the events of...
It's like 22 days after.
And they find Thanos. Catch him. He destroyed the Infinity Stones.
I used the stones to destroy the stones.
Bring me the stones. Thor ain't fucking around. Cuts his head off. That's it.
Head.
Fast forward 5 years later. Everyone's kind of melancholy. You know.
There's support groups being run by Captain America.
Bruce Banner and Hulk are living in harmony. Tony Stark's come home. He's got a daughter now. Living with Pepper, of course. Living in a van down by the river. Living in a cabin by the lake. Thor has become the Big Lebowski. And I turned to my wife and said, oh, look, it's the Lebowski. At the same time she said it, 20 seconds later, Tony Stark calls him Lebowski. Ant-Man comes back. Go ahead.
Saved by a rat. He comes shooting back out into the 5 years later. But for him, it's only been 5 hours.
So then they go back in time. They gotta get all the stones before this. So they find different points in time to get it.
Their history.
Black Widow with the sacrifice. I even told Lauren that she was gonna die, but I didn't even mean it.
You did it again!
I've been blamed for killing some people. That's a different video. End up getting all the stones. Bring everybody back
to the present day.
To the present day, which is 2023, I guess it would be, right?
Right.
And there's the big battle at the end. 2014 Thanos, so he's not... I mean, he still doesn't look like 2014 Thanos. But we'll get into that bad. But this makes it easier for him to get the stones. And he's about to snap again. Iron Man grabs it, and he just kind of throws him off.
Well, he snaps and nothing happens.
Yes. It's because Tony Stark has it on his gauntlet hand. And he snaps away Thanos, all the bad people. But therefore killing himself and sacrificing himself. Let's talk about the bad. Some timeline issues.
The rules of the time travel in this movie made no sense. There pretty much were no rules. And good God, we could probably go on all night about... They kept
it vague. I don't mind that. It's a comic book movie. Yeah. I'm going to suspend all my disbelief. That's the problem with now. Everybody's got to be so educated. You got the go. At one point, they have to steal the Tesseract again. They fumble the plan, quite literally. And Loki picks it up, disappears, and is never seen again. Rumor is that it leads to the Loki TV show on Disney+. Another bad I had, standard CGI army.
One of my things was some of the time travel issues. So 2014 Thanos comes to 2023. No gauntlet, no stones. He is still whooping up on these Avengers like they're nothing. But Tony, Thor, and Cap, all fight him at the same time.
Granted, Thor could have been on rounds.
I'm giving Fat Thor a pass here.
He was emotional. That's what that was.
You've got the 3 main Avengers, 3-on-1, and he is whooping up on them.
Bro, have you never seen a WWE match? But I'm saying Thanos is a pretty badass dude.
Look, I'm not saying he's not, but the fact is, in Infinity War, you see him with no less than 2 stones. Well, no less than 1 stone at a time. And he wipes the floor with Thor, the Hulk, all of them.
He was able to take a shortcut than having to find all the stones in Infinity War.
I mean, that's true, but...
So I'm asking you, if your dream is there, right in front of you, you only got 1 shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Aren't you going to whoop some ass?
I'm not saying he wasn't trying to do that. but they had their dream there too, to stop him from getting the stones. He had the stones before, but they put up more of a fight than they did this time, except for the ladies. They whooped up on Thanos.
They had a nice shot of all the ladies together. It was a good unifying moment.
I'm a little disappointed in the Black Widow treating. I'm kind of okay with her dying like that. She sacrificed herself.
Well, it's so easy to kill Hawkeye in that situation because he's kind of a forgettable character. Not that I think that's any fault of Jeremy Renner. He wasn't even in Infinity War.
She's been the victim of some bad writing. Like, before they figured out the female characters, and they still haven't figured her out. At the end, we don't even get a funeral send-off for her. We just get them on the pier talking, oh, does she have any family? Oh, she's not gone. We'll bring her back.
Let's talk about the good. This film, from an entertainment standpoint, this film had it all, I thought. It had emotion, it had action, and it was funny. I mean, Thor, Hulk, people, I've seen people complain about it being boring characters and stuff, but it was fun. I mean, Chris Hemsworth is funny. I thought going into this, Captain America was going to die because his contract was up. Chris Evans' contract was up. So that was the obvious one to me. Tony Stark was the other obvious one to me, but I thought more so Captain America.
Yeah.
And they didn't
I thought Tony would live and go on to, at least cameo in other movies.
Hats off to Marvel for having the balls to kill off a main character, to kill off several main characters, including Black Widow, to kill off Tony Stark at the end. Big emotional moment.
Not gonna lie, even I teared up all 4 times.
The Russo brothers had the balls to do what Christopher Nolan didn't.
Actually kill their hero.
That's what I mean. But come on, Batman didn't survive that fucking blast. I love that Thanos in the past figures out what's going on because it creates such a tension. When you have dumb villains that are just like, don't.
Like Ronan.
But when you have villains that aren't one step ahead or aren't on the same level, it's not enjoyable.
Yeah.
And they could have very easily just had the Avengers be like, oh, let's get these stones.
The entire second hour and a half of this movie could have been cut out if Nebula would have just stuck to the plan and went back to the future. She tries to sync up with War Machine and go back after they get the Power Stone. But before she can hit her thing,
it was still buffering.
She gets frozen because of the other Nebula. After that, when she figures out, oh my god, Thanos knows, she doesn't just go right back.
Yeah.
No, she runs to the other ship and tries to call Hawkeye and Black Widow instead of just going back.
It was like a great oh shit moment. I love those moments in movies like this. And you got to know that the Avengers are going to win this one. They lost the last one. It's 3 hours, but it didn't feel like a 3-hour movie. You devoted 12 hours to just the movie. I'm not even talking about credits. In the last week. I got to say, I should have put this in the bed, but the lady behind us, I went out to get my kids drinks. And we're in the middle of the row, so it's kind of separated. Like, here's the higher level. There's a walkway. We're at the back row of the lower level. She's in the front row of the upper level. And the movie's 3 minutes in. Tony's not even back yet.
Actually, they're still rolling the little Marvel screen.
Exactly. And I'm crouched down as low as I can be, giving him a drink, my kids drinks, and this asshole behind me says, "Can you please sit down?" To that lady, I kindly say, "Fuck you. I won't sit down." Captain Marvel in this movie, so much better. And I knew she was going to be so much better than that origin story. Takes a headbutt from Thanos.
Like a boss.
Like a fucking, doesn't even flinch.
And then sits there and shoves him down.
And Brie Larson, I mean, hats off to you. This was so much better. I thought you were allowed to be yourself as this character, and I appreciated what it was. I appreciate Captain Marvel, the movie. I just thought it was kind of stiff, and I don't know if that's necessarily you, but I'm glad and excited for the future here. And then Tony Stark at the end, sacrificing himself. Again, back to that great moment, wonderful. Incredible moment, because Robert Downey Jr. essentially built all this. He was born to play Tony Stark, and it was amazing. As it pertains to the importance of movies right now, we are through an age of comic book movies. That's what we live in now. That is the most popular movies to go see, and they're not necessarily bad. DC, pump the brakes. I mean, Shazam was good. Aquaman was pretty okay.
Wonder Woman was good.
Wonder Woman was good. The first 2/3 of it.
So it's been 11 years since Iron Man came out. Iron Man ends with him saying, "I am Iron Man." His life ends with him saying...
It's just good writing, I think. You know, people were bothered by Captain America staying in the path. I didn't mind it, man. Kind Hulk was funny. He's taking photos with the kids and stuff like that. That's funny to me.
Listen to your mom.
But even like Captain America, when he squares up with Captain America, that was good.
Those are all day.
I know.
That was a great moment when they each get the wrong hammer. No, you get the little one. But him getting the hammer at the beginning,
yeah,
great moment. The theater, when I saw it on Thursday, everybody exploded.
It was so great.
He got lit.
It was so good. It was such a good movie.
He hits Thanos in the back of the head with the hammer when Thanos is trying to stab Stormbreaker into Thor's chest.
Yeah.
He hits him forward. Wouldn't that hit Stormbreaker into Thor? Thor should be dead right now. I like how at the funeral they had people from Tony's past and just all the movies in general.
And don't you just love Tom Holland? He's so great at Peter Parker, that role.
And especially the emotional scene.
My final thought. Go out and see it. If you're one of the few people that haven't seen it,
and you're
go
watching
see
this
it.
for spoilers.
With that, I'm going to score this movie a solid 9.0 out of 10. It's okay to enjoy it, and you don't have to be a fucking master of quantum physics and all that shit. Just fucking sit down and watch the movie and enjoy it.
So my final thought. The movie, across the board, phenomenal. It
Solid
was
across the top.
extremely entertaining. Extremely emotional. You know, I would only score it like 9.6.
If you saw Avengers, I want to know what you thought about it. If you didn't like it, who are you? Why? What you liked about it, hit those likes. You already know what the fuck it is. We appreciate the love and support, guys. Press that subscribe, and we will check you out next time, only on Rounds of the Knight's Table. Well, Civil War was, you know,
I hate on this.
it was all filler.
Was it though?
Was it not? Who died?
Does someone have to die for it to not be filler?
What got solved? What did it bring? Conflict?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to waste 2 hours of my life. Yeah, chaos to my life from having to watch.
Chaos to that airport.
That's it.
It brought us Spider-Man.
Thanks. Stan Lee brought me Spider-Man. Next! I just swiped on your ass.